Hello and welcome to Passion Speak, where we give those with a passion a platform to speak. Our goal is to enlighten and inspire with stories of people who have a passion. My name is Sandra Jennings, and thank you for watching. This is a live, this is a judgment free live, and we are taking your comments. And you're probably going to have one after you see what Dr. Croom is going to bring onto the platform. So, if you're watching from YouTube, please subscribe to our channel. And now I have the distinct pleasure of welcoming Dr. Turnera Croom, a doctor of veterinary medicine and holistic veterinarian. I'm really quite excited for you. Hi, Dr. Croom.
Hello, Sandra. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm really excited. I have to tell you this. I have a running list of people I need to contact, and your name has been on that list for no less than a year. I kid you not. Because things will happen in life, and I was like, oh man, I gotta ask Dr. Croom. And people will be like, you didn't ask me yet. I'm getting to you. I'm getting to you. You're on the list. And I am so happy to have you on this platform.
Well, thank you.
Especially finding more and more about you. So I was reading so much. Anyway, tell us a little bit about yourself that I haven't already told. I think I just told a little bit.
Just a little bit. Well, I'm just gonna say I'm just very grateful to be on that list. I think one of the things that really binds us is our. Uh, we're both from Grand Rapids,
Hey.
G-Rap, Guru, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And so that's where it all starts, because I think Grand Rapids really just always pulls you back, no matter where you go, So I love that. But yeah, Grand Rapids native living in Kalamazoo right now. Had a wonderful, amazing childhood being from Grand Rapids. Most people knew either James Croom or Gertrude Croom in town.
Gertrude Croom, yes.
Croom. So it was like me and my sisters, Guinevere and Jalacia. There was no getting in trouble for us. Once somebody knew one of the parents all the time, like we couldn't be like, "Hey, aren't you one of the Croom nut?"
Yep.
But that was great. Kind of kept our noses clean, allowed us
What
to.
high school did you go to in Grand
The
Rapids?
one that's now defunct. I'm a polar bear, Creston.
Oh, no. Okay,
Yep.
that's all right.
Yeah.
I'm an Indian / bingo.
Okay. Wait, what's a
Ottawa
bingo?
Indian. Got to shout out to Ottawa. But anyway, that's okay. Polar bears, I guess y'all decent. What can I say?
Wow. Yeah, we
And
get it
then
done.
you went to college. A lot of different places I saw.
Yeah, really, really blessed to have been accepted to a variety of undergrads. I did very well in high school. Again, having two parents as teachers didn't hurt. High standards, A, B, and C your way out of here with those C's.
Mhm.
So I got accepted to many schools, but I chose Xavier University in New Orleans. I'm Southern by nature. My parents are both from down south, so I was like, you know what? Let me go to the number one school that sends Black pre-meds to medical school. That's what Xavier was and still is.
Okay.
So, yeah, XU.
Okay.
And
Hey.
that's right. And then, and I stayed down south as well for veterinary school. So I stayed down there to go to Tuskegee Veterinary School in Alabama. So I just shifted over from Louisiana to Alabama and did it.
I bet they're very proud of you.
I think
I know
so.
we are here in West Michigan. Yeah. We're proud of you. So yeah, good job. Um I'm gonna ask this question. Like, I know that some kids grow up and say, I want to be a fireman. I want to be a fireman. And they like, no. They're 5 years old and they know they want. I mean, what led you down this path and gave you this passion?
Yeah. A lot of kids actually do throw veterinarian in there when they go, oh, I want to be a veterinarian for at least 1 week. right?
Yeah.
But mine lasted for more than 1 week. It lasted my whole childhood from the time I was about 6 years old. And again, this goes right back to Mr. Croom on this one, because he taught science. He taught life science, earth science, and the physical sciences versus the political science that my mom taught. Government, political science, that wasn't really my jam. The life sciences and the natural sciences were. My dad, he helped me with every science project I have. When I'm out now, even at this age, and I see the leaves changing here in Michigan, I'm like, remember when I did that leaf project with Daddy? And he just the most amazing dad and parents. And so my dad had actually wanted to become a veterinarian, I found out later. He and my mom met at Knoxville College. This was them at Knoxville College, Tennessee. And he wanted to be a veterinarian, took all the science classes. They moved up here to Michigan. And Michigan State, of course, they're going to have their in-state people. And then you got to have those extremely high grades for the out-of-state. So he was unable to do that at that time. He went into science and teaching, and all that wealth of knowledge that he had, he shared with the students. And now he does live a little vicariously through me. And I love that.
So you got animals, as I understand it, who live in your home with you, because you are real. I mean, you practice what you preach, don't you?
I do.
So I guess you got a surprise for us.
I do.
Of your creatures that are in the house, right?
Yep.
Okay, so I don't have animals in my house. I don't like anything, more lazy than me. And so what are you sure you have a dog?
I do have a dog. She's over yonder. I'm not going to call her right now, but she's a cattle dog mix. So she's a little medium sized, about 40 pounds. And I got her as a rescue during COVID. Prior to about 2 years ago, I hadn't had my own dog since being a veterinarian. So all these 20 years of being a veterinarian, other people's dogs and cats and pets have been sufficient for me. I see them every day and then I go home. But a couple years ago, I was out at a kennel doing some vaccinations for another dog, and I looked down a couple cages down. And I see this one brown eye and this one blue eye looking at me, and then the kennel owner's like, "Hey, Dr. Croom, don't you want a dog?" And I was like, "Dogs are like kids; they take a lot of work." But I went ahead and took the dog home for a couple days to see if she would fit. And here we are 2 years later. She's a part of the Croom family now. So Maya, I have a dog. I also have a tortoise. And then the third baby that I have, who I've got here to show you, is a gecko. And her name is Lucy.
Lucy the gecko.
Yeah, she's a gecko. And
interesting.
Look at that tail.
Oh, that's interesting. What color is she? I'm used to seeing like green ones.
When I first got her, she was even more translucent than this. That's actually her name, Translucy, Lucy for short. But she is starting to get this yellowish tinge that you can definitely start to see in certain lights. And so as she gets bigger, and she'll probably be at least like 3 times this size when she gets older. And this was my first lizard. I'd never had them, but I just decided to push past. And whenever I do have an animal of my own, it opens up more options for me to give care as well to others who might have those kind of animals. So
okay, well, thank you for that. That's creepy.
I know.
That's creepy.
I thought the same thing. I don't feel bad about that at all.
But I guess some people love it. But anyway.
Okay.
Thank you for introducing us to your family. Oh my gosh. But we got so much to talk about because you are doing a ton of stuff. But I do want to make time for what I want to make time for, right? And that is this clip that I found of you on Facebook. You are everywhere on social media, by the way. But I really like this clip. I'm just going to show a little bit of it because we want to talk about some other things.
Okay. Over these years that I've been a veterinarian, I've learned that animals teach us how to be selfless. There's an exchange of energy that happens, and I love seeing an animal who might be a little tense or nervous start to relax as I observe what's going on. My name is Dr. Turnera Croom, also known as Dr. Croom Army Vet. I am a veterinary entrepreneur. I am a service disabled veteran, and I absolutely love being a mobile veterinarian. Some of the main differences between me being a mobile vet and a regular brick and mortar vet clinic would be for the clients, they get that one-on-one. It's very convenient, but it also gives them that ability to have someone who's going to really listen. I'm focused fully on you and your pet. Going into the Army Veterinary Corps was definitely nothing that I planned on. I went to Tuskegee College of Veterinary Medicine. In our third year, Colonel Nathaniel Powell came in. He was this stately, handsome, African-American colonel who was a veterinarian. I was like, right there, that's what I want to do.
I'm not going to show the whole clip. Yeah. My primary reason for showing that clip was because you just recently received an award from, I'm going to go back, Southwest Michigan Chamber of Commerce. Yes. And you got the 2022 Chamber's Choice Award for Veteran-Owned Business of the Year. Wow. That is kind of a mouthful. And I want to just, say congratulations. And we don't have time to go over that because we got more to talk about. About what you're doing.
That's right.
But I wanted to just say congratulations. And I think they made a very good choice. After I reviewed some of your work, I was like, wow, I wish I hadn't waited so long because this is really good stuff. But they gave you this award because you are a holistic veterinarian. You are a traveling veterinarian. Like, you go to the client's home. You also you have holistic products. You do herbs and CBD. Where's my notes? You do virtual consultations.
Yes.
So what else am I missing? I'm missing. So you have a volunteer type project that you've launched recently, and you have a GoFundMe for that as well, right?
Yes, it's not specifically a GoFundMe, but it is a crowdfunding campaign. Absolutely, it's the Future Veterinarian Project, and but yeah, I mean, I do all of that. I'm holistic. I go to people's homes and I do the virtual visits. And COVID really caused my business to pivot, like a lot of people's businesses did. So I put a larger percentage on the video appointments. And then even after things got back to normal, I kept things how they were. And I absolutely love it. All new clients come in, it's virtual first. We get to see each other. We get to discuss what's going on with your pet in depth, one-on-one. You got your vet right there. I'm not distracted. I'm talking to you. And then after that, I'm going to take in everything that you've told me and give you several options, holistic and sometimes traditional as well. So even though I do use a lot of herbs and alternative meds that will allow the animal's body to heal itself, we know that sometimes traditional medicine is still necessary. Antibiotics sometimes, right? Steroids sometimes to hit those things hard. But then a lot of times people do come to me specifically knowing I'm a holistic vet because they want to do less of the pharmaceuticals, and I'm right there for them.
Okay, so question, you package your own CBD product for pets. Is it for dogs, cats?
Yes. It's for dogs, cats, small mammals. All animals have CBD receptors in their body. We have a whole, just like we have a digestive system and a respiratory system, which we learned about in school. Now, decades later, we know that there's an endocannabinoid system too that's ready for CBD molecules to come, decrease that anxiety, decrease that stress, and work on inflammation, which is the main things that CBD is used for. And I do manufacture and bottle my products myself. As you can see, this gives credence to my time in the veterinary corps. And after I bottle everything, I also have it third party tested. So very, very safe, very, very good for your pets.
So we know that what you claim is in the bottle because you have it tested.
Absolutely. Yes, ma'am.
Um, and so and I do know this from years ago when I messed around with CBD, and I still take it because I like it. It has a calming effect. It
Yes.
does, and it doesn't have any of the THC necessarily with it. You can get CBD with THC, but yours and what I'm taking does not. But it has a calming effect on the animals. For example, fireworks, which nobody's animal likes fireworks, right?
Exactly.
And
Yeah,
so,
you got that one. You went right to the head with that one because that is one of the top times that marketing for CBD is like running rampant. Like, oh, fireworks time. Even my dog, I hate when she gets that fearful feeling. You can see it right away. They
mhm.
can hear the fireworks before we can even hear them. I would see Mayo start to move around, kind of start pacing a little. I'm like, would you sit down? Like, and then in a few minutes, I'll hear them. I'm like, oh, and she'll go into like a corner of the house that she's never gone into before, like trying to just hide her whole body. I can't stand that. I know other pet parents don't like that either. So that's another one of the reasons why I wanted to jump into this market that is very flooded. The CBD market is very flooded. So my plan is to get out there and let people know this is made directly by a veterinarian. It's third party tested, and we're a veteran owned company. So that will help you as well if you want to support a veteran business.
um, and so we just give them a couple of drops, and it helps calm them for the fireworks that we know are coming on certain days, right? Like we
Exactly.
got one coming up at the end of December.
I know. And the other holidays too, because sometimes when people come to visit right to your house and they start to get anxious and drooling or maybe acting out a little bit, better put
Mhm.
some of that CBD under that tongue an hour or 30 minutes before they get there. And then it's not going to be like the pharmaceuticals that make them, groggy and not themselves. They will still
Mhm.
be themselves, just a little bit toned down. And that's what we
That's the
want.
good part. That's the good
Yes,
part about it.
absolutely.
So, okay, so you are also a traveling vet, and that includes sometimes end of life for your pets who are just there, and sometimes we have to put them out of their misery because they're in discomfort.
Absolutely.
Um,
Yeah.
so,
Yeah. I think
um,
that a lot of pet parents would love if when their pet is ailing and getting older, if they could just pass on their own. And sometimes that is what happens. They're at home, they're relaxed, they're right where they want to be in there, and they might go on their own. And so in those cases, obviously, they wouldn't need me. But for those times where the animal, you can tell that their quality of life has gone down, and you're like, he's still walking, but he's, maybe
mhm,
not able to make it outside in time. And some of those things are starting to happen. And then they call me. You can do one of two things. You might know that your pet is ready, and then we'll go ahead and do the last wishes service for you. Or if you're not totally sure, you can do a virtual hospice consult with me, and we can
ooh,
talk about the different things that are happening. I had one of these the other day, and it was really tough because Dad was really connected with the baby, and Mom was connected too, but it was Dad, and sometimes there's that connection with one or the other.
mhm,
So Mom was kind of like, okay, I think it's time. Dad was like, oh, but she still smiles at me and still, has a little wag in the tail. But when it all came down, my recommendation was to move forward with that. And they did within a few days set that appointment up. So that will be coming in the future. It's really, really sad. But the last wishes service, I get so much appreciation and gratitude when I and my vet tech go out there and are able to give that just relief to both the pet and the pet parent.
good. Because I think pets don't have long lives like we do. And so a
Oh,
lot of people have lived through their pet transitioning. So
absolutely,
thank you for
absolutely.
that.
Yes,
But
ma'am.
I wanted to also, before we virtual traveling, I wanted to talk about your project that I'm kind of
Woo!
excited about. Um, I think I can do a screen share. I'm gonna try it.
Okay.
Another screen share. I hope I get the right screen. Yes. Future Future Veterinarians Explore. This is, let me make sure I got it up on. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna show the link here.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. So this is it a business venture, or is this more of a nonprofit situation that you have going?
It's a business venture. My
Okay.
company, Steadfast International, we are certified as a service disabled veteran-owned business, but we are not a nonprofit. We are a for-profit. And one of the reasons that I was able to do this crowdfunding is you see the IFW in the corner. That stands for I Fund Women. So ifundwomen.com. Check it out if you're a female entrepreneur. I was one of the grant winners when they paired up with Caress, the soap company, and they allowed us to create a crowdfunding for our passion. This is exactly why I'm here, Sandra. Passion, passion, passion. So while I love being a veterinarian and doing all those specific duties, that educational aspect that my parents infused into me is definitely in there. And so my teaching, even before COVID, the Future Veterinarian Project was in person. We would take about a cohort of 10 kids. We would take them to pet supply stores, veterinary clinics, places where we could discuss the ins and outs of veterinary medicine. Then COVID hit. And we decided to take that opportunity to create the ride along program and make it virtual. So now I'm in the process of gathering other veterinarians who want to mentor, but really just don't have a lot of time. This is a big thing in the veterinary world. For those who don't know, you may know a veterinarian, right? You say, oh, my niece wants to go into veterinarian. Dr. Smith, could you talk to her? And you might get 10 of those in a week. And you might want to talk to every single student, but cannot. This program, once I get it up and going and fully funded, will allow veterinarian in Alaska to connect virtually with a student in New Jersey. They get on virtually. That student is able to jump right into the surgery suite with that veterinarian, go on a mobile call with me and my team, or perhaps, be out on a farm and watch a horse examination. So this is so cool, and I need everyone's help with this campaign.
So this is like you're saying it's nationwide at least, right? It's a program that's nation. That's kind of so cool. That's so I got. Yay! I want to do my
thing. I love StreamYard bells and whistles. Oh my gosh.
I needed to do that because how many kids, who knows where it's going to go, who you will touch. Like
right.
you could make this could be the deciding factor. So your age groups that you're targeting is what to what?
6th grade through college. So
through college.
Yeah. A lot of times people will see this, future veterinarian, they think kids, right? But college students who are not kids to me too. I'm getting to that age where college students are kids now too. But the college kids, they may also be in the process of figuring out what career they want. They may still not know in undergrad. And so this program is perfect. They get to jump right in with an actual veterinarian, get that one-on-one conversation, ask any questions you want, see how they interact with the client. That right there is huge for this ride-along program, because there are other mentorship programs out there that are in person, right? Go to the vet clinic, do some shadowing, get some hands-on with the animals. A lot of students love that. But this focuses on those soft skills. Students will often say, oh, I love animals so much and I'm shy and I'm not really a people person. I just want to work with animals. Honey, you got to work with the people. The animals do not walk into the clinic themselves. So the ride-along program allows them to see how to interact with the client. The client may be nervous. The client may be scared. They don't know what's going on, and they're ready for you. So the ride-along program is really good for those soft skills.
So that's this ride-along program, Future Veterinarians Explore. So you're looking for pledges, funding, and I'm going to scroll down.
Yes. And on the side are the rewards. So, as you are able to contribute at the different levels, you will get rewards starting at, the lower levels, like my future veterinarian coloring book, all the way up through shout outs on my social media, shouting out your business. I have one of the rewards that's actually will allow your company logo to be placed into the next printing of my future veterinarian coloring book. And the coloring book is here. It's on my site in the store, and it teaches the students about the different specialties of veterinary medicine, so they know that it's not just working in the clinic. They could be a wildlife veterinarian, they could be a mobile veterinarian, they could be a research veterinarian. And so anything from the coloring book up to, you see, the $10,000 founders bundle, where they are going to really help Steadfast International move to that next level, which is corporation and S Corp.
Wow. That's kind of exciting.
Yes.
That's very exciting. We're happy. West Michigan strikes again.
Yes, we do.
We're good. It's a national thing. Well, I hope that I'm really hoping and praying that you get what you are out for this business.
Indeed.
And I think all the industries are suffering a little bit. They got Is that a llama? Lord.
It is. It's an alpaca specifically, but you same family.
Okay.
You know about the having difficulties within all the different industries, but I will say this: during COVID, 45 million dogs were adopted.
Really?
Yes. So there was already a veterinary shortage. Now it's doubly so. People are not able to get into vet clinics with ease. It's 4 weeks out, 5 weeks out, 6 weeks out. That's why here in Michigan, the fact that I do virtual, you could be in the UP and we could do a virtual visit and I could get you a prescription. Now, I'm not coming up there, but all pet parents don't need a home visit necessarily. But if you're seeing this and you're in Michigan, definitely go to drcroom.com so that you can get a virtual visit if you need one.
Okay. So that's awesome. That's just really awesome. So that I Found Women website is still up there if anyone is interested. And while we talk, we might as well just leave it up there. So oh my gosh. That's a mouthful.
It is.
It is, and we're very proud of you. It's So what has your project is going to take off? We know it's going to take off, right?
Yes,
we know it's like faith. It's going to, because it's a great concept. The ride along. I mean, ride along works for other industries. Why not for veterinarians, right?
Exactly. I mean, and it has worked in person as a ride along in the veterinary industry, for years and years. I remember when I did my internship during vet school, I came back to Michigan from Tuskegee and spent the summer here working with a large animal vet clinic. And I was riding around with them, in the truck, going to pig farms, going to horse farms. And that's that hands-on. But then this part here, dealing directly with the clients, it's a no-brainer. We need it.
Okay, as we're wrapping up, I want you to have the opportunity to tell us something that maybe, I don't know, it's just on your heart. Maybe you just want us to know.
Okay.
I want to know why you're thinking. I want to know, as regular, what 2 cents you want to give us.
Yes.
As pet owners, all kinds of pets, all kinds
of pets. There's a pet for everyone out there, whether it's a fly in the house, because some people are just, are not pet people. I will say, as I was coming up, there's a misconception or a myth that people of color really don't get into pets. Like they're not pet lovers. They're not going to have them inside the house. What are you doing? That couldn't be further from the truth. Every culture of people love their pets. And this is like the great bring together, the great communicator, the great, no matter what your background is. So you could take this person who's coming from, Louisiana, who has all their thoughts that they've grown up with, and you take a person from Northern California and you bring them together, they might clash on everything else except for their dog and their dog getting together. Like, people come together over their pets. I am in the absolute best field. I recently had some training in healing touch for animals, which deals with energy. And we know that we have energy, the animals have energy. And I am so excited to add that, just like I added the chiropractic services a year ago. And I'm just going to keep adding things so that people can know that Dr. Croom Army Vet is the place to come for holistic care for your pets.
Good. Okay. And you are all over social media, and on your, I noticed on your Facebook page, you have not a bit.ly, what's the other word I'm thinking of that gives you a link to view your YouTube, to view your website.
Oh, the link tree.
The link tree is what I'm looking for. Yes. So you can go to our Dr. Croom Army Vet on social media and access the link tree, set an appointment, and have your pet looked at. Especially if you're not one who takes your pet on their annual exams and stuff.
Especially cats. A lot of cat owners, trying to put them in the box and do all this. We had an appointment just yesterday with a young man who had, the cat, 4 kittens. How are you going to get 5 cats in a box to take them to the vet? Like, that's stressful. Right. So we came out and, they had the kittens in a room. We took each kitten one by one, weighed it, examined it, gave it dewormer, gave it its vaccinations, and boom, over with. And I love it. I will say one final thing that's really important to me as an entrepreneur. One of the parameters that businesses are looked at as far as, are you hiring, right? Are you able to hire and bring work to the community? I'm really excited to be able to employ a veterinary technician full-time. She's also an African-American female. Hey, Vet Tech Tony, she's amazing. She's been with me for 5 years. She's a Kalamazoo native. Every time we're driving around, she takes control of where we're going. She knows those back ways and all that stuff here at Kalamazoo. And I've also hired 2 others. The CFO, he's also an African-American male who's a fellow veteran. And I also have an Indian-American marketing strategist. And so people are my team is starting to form, and I'm able to share the wealth of what Steadfast International is doing. And I'm really, really excited about that.
Yay, I'm excited for you. I'm really excited for you. So we're going to continue to get the word out and have people just call and get an appointment. Yes. So thank you, and congratulations on team building, and congratulations on your recent award and your ride along program that's going to be up nationwide before we even know it.
Yes. So, and I just want to say too, real quick, thank you for doing this. I had definitely seen you and been watching you too. Online, you never know who's watching. And I've been watching. I mean, what is this, 83? You've been doing this for a long time. And so you are definitely a pillar in the community as well, Grand Rapids and beyond. So thank you for that. So
I appreciate you. I appreciate you so much. So, all right. You have a good evening. Thank you, everyone who caught us. Maybe you're going to catch us later. We appreciate you. And Dr. Croom, we will be in touch.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. Take care.